Hello there internet, MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today we are going to be playing Emo Lux, aka Thresh Lux. Yes, Thresh Lux is a thing, and it's actually an archetype that I'm particularly very fond of because I was the one who popularized it back in the core set metagame. It wasn't really a thing until I designed a lineup for a Legends of Runeterra tournament in which I competed against Masters rank level players, and I designed a lineup to target Demacia Bannerman, right? I played at the Monokuma Legends of Runeterra tournament, which had the Conquest format with the region lock, which is the standard sort of format for tournaments as of right now. And for my Demacia Shadow Owls deck, I brought this bad boy, which is not obviously this exact list, as is an upgraded version of the archetype, but it was a deck with Thresh and Lux that was basically a strategy that revolved around some last breath synergy in the early game to then overwhelm the opponent in the mid to late game with pure value. It was basically, it plays similarly to Demacia Bannerman and just mid-range in general, but it was a bit slower, greedier, and therefore stronger against it. It was a very, very powerful deck that became the MVP of the tournament run for me, taking me up all the way to the semifinals of a tournament filled with over 150 Masters rank players in the European region. So it was actually a very legit tournament. I was very, very happy with how I performed. The entire, most of the entire run actually is posted on my YouTube in case you guys are curious. The video should be like over a month old, more or less. Maybe a couple of months, I'm not exactly sure, but they are posted on my YouTube. I did a little bit of a series, and this deck was the star, right? So I've been wanting to bring back Thresh and Lux ever since Rising Tides came out, but obviously I've been focusing on other cards revolving more around the new, toys that we got from the expansion, right? This is more of an old school deck in a way, even though we have quite a few new cards from the Rising Tides expansion that have enhanced it quite a bit. So yeah, this deck was originally designed to basically target and capitalize on Demacia Bannerman, but it has evolved to a ladder deck that I feel very proud of, and this particular deck did extremely well for us in my stream on Sunday, and I am really excited to share with you guys because I know a lot of you have been asking for me to bring this deck back for a while, and here it is. Thresh Lux is a deck that aims to level up Thresh to pull out Lux from the deck and potentially set you up in a board state in which you can develop 2 Luxes, right? You play 1 Lux from your hand, then you attack with leveled up Thresh, and you have 2 Lux on the board, and that equals some insane profit, I think, for obvious reasons. As if we have 2 Luxes on the board, we're going to be generating 2 Final Sparks every time we play a total of 6 mana worth of spells, and we can just start blasting on the opponent and just completely just obliterate them that way, right? The early game is comprised of Warden's Prey with Curse Keeper, as we aim to use Blighted Caretaker, which is a fantastic addition to this archetype, on turn 3 on either the Warden's Prey or the Curse Keeper. The reason why I'm playing Warden's Prey over the Hapless Aristocrat is due to space constraints. If I play Hapless Aristocrat in the mid to late game, I can find myself in awkward scenarios in which I don't have enough space to play the Blighted Caretaker because of the Hapless leaving a Spiderling behind as I go to sack it, right? So Warden's Prey generates more value overall. It's a little bit unpredictable naturally, but not so much so, and it's just a fantastic 1-drop in my opinion, so I like to run it over that. And Curse Keeper is also there because of the Blighted Caretaker. The reason why the Blighted Caretaker is so strong in this deck is because she is a fantastic way to level up Thresh, and that is the main game plan in the mid game. We are aiming to level up Thresh as fast as possible so that not only can we use him to pull out Lux, but then we can play Chronicler of Ruin on him, or if he dies, we can revive him with Rekindler and keep pulling out more Luxes from our deck. Obviously we are limited to the amount of times we can do this, but if we manage to, pull 1 Lux out of the deck, that's already tremendous, but if we manage to do it twice, that's just like automatically GG against whatever we face because it's just so inherently powerful as a play that this champion combination can be very, very lethal because of that. We have a couple of Vanguard Redeemers, alongside a couple of Glimpse Beyonds for card draw, a full set of single combat, one of the main reasons to play Demacia to begin with, and fantastic in this deck. Chronicler of Ruin, which can be very, very vital, not only onto the likes of Curse Keeper, but also some really cool plays with Radiant Guardian, Thresh, and like I mentioned before, the Rekindler. And then when it comes to our, late curve, we have a full set of Remembrance. This card got even better with the Longhorn buff, and is always a staple, especially in a deck with Lux and Demacia. Like, in certain scenarios, especially with cards like Blighted Caretaker, I've had Remembrance cost like 0 to 1 mana, and I'm able to play like 2 or 3 of them like nothing, and that's just tremendously powerful. Also, if we do lose a unit the same turn we play Remembrance, and we pull a Radiant Guardian, which is considered to be the most of the time the worst pull out of all the possible options, if we had a unit die that turn, our Remembrance will basically 100% give us a very, very strong 5-drop, and that is very, very important because it really combats variance, and it does so in a very good way. Back to back, we have As a 2-of. I love this card with Lux. I think it's one of the best cards with Lux because it provides us with a final spark at burst speed and a significant stat boost on top of that allows us to also apply a lot of aggressive pressure onto slower control decks, which, it's a matchup that we have to take into account. And then we have a one-off of Vengeance and a one-off of Unyielding Spirit. Unyielding Spirit onto Lux just equals profit, which is why I run it as a one-off. It's too strong not to play. You guys know how I feel about this card, and I know how you feel about this card, and that's all I'm gonna say regarding that. And Vengeance is also fantastic with Lux because we can eliminate a big unit and generate a final spark on top of that. I'm playing a couple of Concerted Strikes and a couple of Withering Wails. Withering Wails is really important for this archetype because otherwise we don't really deal with spread out board states really well, and it can also help us level up Thresh really easily. And Concerted Strike is really nice because it can be a cheaper Vengeance in a way, and we can also use this onto a Radiant Guardian to gain life as well. This card is incredibly powerful, and I think kind of a staple for Lux decks at this point, which is why I decided to include it, and I have not regretted it. I also run a one-off of Purify as a tech option for this meta. I think there's a lot of targets for this right now, and it's kind of hard to justify playing Demacia without Purify tech, in my opinion. And yeah, that's the deck list right there. Really, really fun to play. Definitely felt really strong as well. You guys are going to see the gameplay that I had at high Masters rank against all sorts of meta decks, and this deck just really, really held its ground, and it's felt really fun to play. It's personally my favorite variant of Lux, as Thresh is one of he's actually like in my top 5 champions. So, favorite champions. I did actually do my favorite champion top 10 tier list. So, I did that on my Twitch. Maybe I'll upload that on my YouTube. I don't know if anybody's interested in that. But yeah, Thresh made the top 5. He's one of my favorite actually one of my favorite champions, memes aside. And I love playing him with Lux. This is just a really, really, really special archetype for me. And I am glad that I got back into it. So that's where I'll stop because I'm rambling at this point. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the games. Have a swell day. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. I will post a new deck every single day. And I'll stop talking. Have a good one. Enjoy the games. And I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. I know I'm playing Unyielding Spirit. It's a good card. It's good in this deck. You're not gonna make me remove it. Normally this would be a pretty ideal hand, but we're facing Karma with Ionia, which means they're running at least 1 or 2 denies, which makes the Remembrance play a little bit risky, but maybe, you know what? I'm gonna keep this in. Go greedy or go home.
The spirit gives to those who listen. It is time.
I could go with Remembrance, but now I want to do this. Because we got a Chronicler of Ruin. Okay.
I am prepared.
You weren't always this way.
fight with my spirit, not my fist.
Cool, Surger.
What delightful agony we shall inflict.
We're playing Thresh. As you know, he could have a Vengeance, he could have a Wool of Ionia, but he needs some sort of immediate answer to this. Otherwise, we're gonna start picking off these dragons.
Uno reverse card is a meme.
Oh my god, Alfred.
When someone does something and you counter it, you just show the Uno reverse card. For example, when some filthy human plays Unyielding Spirit and you just Will of Ionia it back. That's the best example I can give.
History is anguish. Your lesson begins. Breathe in, breathe out.
The Order rewards its faithful.
There's nowhere to hide.
Night falls. The dark beckons.
Who disturbs me?
I'm gonna go with this deck. I'm looking to level up Thresh here, but I don't want to commit anything to the board before this. I have to really acknowledge the matchup that I'm facing. His deck is highly disruptive because it is packing Ionia, so it's running Will of Ionia. I assume as a full set, it's running Deny, and on top of that, they're running like single target damage-based removal and Vengeance as well. So if we see a high committal play, I'm getting sick of these Will of Ionias. These Will of Ionias are annoying. I'm going Lux.
Everywhere I go, the light follows.
What is gained when you return malevolence?
They cannot hide.
What delightful agony we shall inflict.
Going to the light.
Shouldn't have gone for this.
You will be scoured from this land!
We each hold a world within.
Return to us.
Hope burns on.
2 Will of Ionias down. 2 Will of Ionias down.
Never back down from what you believe. Pushing my limits!
right.
Let's brighten up their day.
She's just killing her lies.
Ready yourself.
I won't stand by.
Why didn't you laser? Because that would be a terrible play. If I go for the final spark there. Alright.
Would it help if I apologized?
No. So the reason why I was pondering there is because if I go for a Withering Wail, I generate a final spark, which means that if he has a 2-drop or a 1-drop to try to chump block me with, I threaten lethal with that. So he can't play any unit there. And then I drop my Radiant Guardian alongside the Abomination on the board, and I lock him down. It's basically checkmate, right? Instead of just letting that happen and playing the extra body with the Vanguard Redeemer, I was willing to sacrifice this body for an ensurement that he can't chump block. He can't generate any bodies. Not only one body, he can't generate multiple bodies. Like, what if he has like 2 hapless aristocrat out of nowhere, you know? He can't play those. If I Withering Wail there. Do you think this deck is good? Yes. Yes, I believe this deck is good. It was risky to keep being the same combat in hand. I should have moved it away. I was concerned about, like, this could be a really good card in this matchup, but
There's plenty of killing left.
strong start from my opponent.
Let's get to it.
Yikes. Perhaps I need a little bit more early game. Ah, you came in late, buddy. Yeah, the mulligan was actually
The
impactful.
ocean charts our course.
Are you serious?
Expecting
Wow.
This is our way.
Wow, 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 wow. I know I have a Chronicler of Ruin, but I need to stop his attack. God damn, dude. I would have taken a lot of damage though, but we're definitely it's clunky as hell. I don't have a sack outlet for this. My hand's just awkward, man. My hand's just super awkward.
Nagakaburos guide us. Protection, mother.
There is hope.
Finally.
Bless his motion.
What delightful agony we shall inflict.
Ye started without me. Hard to get rich.
Poor lost soul. Your vigor fills me. Oh, good. You're still alive.
Ba-da-da.
All hands on deck!
Oh my goodness.
Return me to the sea.
Oh, yes. It's hard to get
Much worse.
Everywhere I go, the light
Follows.
I'm one of the good guys, but not that.
Get the fuck out of here!
You own what you take.
I've been hiding my light too long! No more holding back!
Born for conquest.
You can't Fury the North.
Never back down from what you believe.
This gave me 1 free damage, thank you. Arigato gozaimasu. Fresh soil.
Every wave is a path.
Got him.
Did we win?
We did, Lux. We did. After that horrendous start, that terrible opening hand, my opponent leading off with a 1-mana 3/3 with a warning shot, and we still got him. If that doesn't show how legit this deck is, I don't know, man. Let's keep these two. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I love this. I love it. This is not really that good. This is not really a good card, guys. I wouldn't recommend you play this.
The Isles will bloom again.
There you
grove follows.
You defile the grove.
My saplings.
The chains, they never stop! Vessel's small, but she ain't lacking courage. Set the hooks! Better than eating.
Remember the fallen.
Honestly, I really like
Today we turn
Hey
the
man,
tide.
love your streams and videos. I am watching every day. Do you think the Boomers deck is still a blast or a little outdated? I really love the Gangplank Swain mix.
Thank you, buddy. I do believe it is a little bit outdated. Outdated, yes.
Forest.
I need to eliminate Maokai.
We will not hesitate.
No! That's from Nasty! On an M4! Aye!
GG. Yeah, we need to be able to apply more pressure to deep, but that felt like a very hard matchup to overcome. Frustrating. You. Let's get this fish. If you had double get excited, and so be it, you know. Like that was just silly of me to throw a Vengeance in there. That Vengeance is not leading to a victory. Sometimes you just gotta go for it, right? Sometimes you gotta go for a certain play, but when it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense.
I gotta get out of here!
And sometimes you just have to accept that if they have a series of cards, it's over.
Packed him good. I'll buy us some time.
Just leave me alone!
Anything helps.
You weren't always this way.
All hands on deck!
That would be sweet. Thresh is pretty sick here. We are going to capitalize on his lack of open attack. And we are gonna feed on this monkey idol.
I rarely forget and never forgive.
Oh, you forgot.
On deck!
Forgot your keg there, but sure. We're willing to take a little bit of damage here.
Let them bleed out. I'll blow them to pieces!
I'm innocent!
Ah!
Idiots!
Send them off! My sweet bun! Oh, yes! It's about to get much worse.
The sun is shining.
We should too. I don't think there's anything you can do for, like, not even Twisted Fate will stun this Lux anyways. Like I said, I don't think there's anything you can do to kill Thresh in one hit. Like, unless he's got like 2 more Mystic Shots in hand. But, you know, that's not as probable, so I'm going for the big play here. I am going for the big play.
You'll fight or you'll swim! Round them up! They will beg for death. I own you.
I do want to drag this.
Everywhere I go, the light follows.
We were vulnerable to like a ping and him blocking with that there. It's fine. You guys ready to go turbo? Come at me. Come at me, bruh.
You'll fight or you'll swim! Round them up!
Demacian steel. Try Demacian magic.
Not what I wanted, but I'll take it.
You.
Pushing my limits.
Yes, only one spark, because when she levels up, it only counts once. Because the other level up happens automatically. But as you guys can see, she will generate a final spark. It's weird though.
I can do this.
This is weird. This is weird interaction. Get the fuck out of here!
A beacon through the dark.
What did he say? Can somebody tell me what he said? Yeah, I definitely get 2 from now on. Don't you worry about that. That's 1. That's 2. So anyways, started blasting.
Everyone pays. There'll be blood in the water. Prepare the barrage.
Close enough.
We're done for.
Everyone's a garden.
Into battle with hearts aglow. give up.
But at the same time, he was thinking that I could have healing in my hand because I'm Shadow Owls, right? So I understand him just going off with it, but yeah, definitely misplayed, I think. I'm gonna keep the single combat. I'm gonna keep the remembrance. I'm gonna drop these two. Because if I have no early plays, I can always bank on that, even though we're just doing this. I'm not gonna play this though. I'd rather build up my mana and go for a remembrance.
Push back the darkness.
Like, an early remembrance is really neat. Come at me, bro. Come at me. I'll take that.
Hold back the darkness.
Looking grim.
Check this shit out. Ta-da!
History's in my hands now.
I've got your back.
Bryce Steel Protector, denying an attack as usual. What a great 2-drop. What a good card. Single combat? Okay, so now I know you have a single combat. Alright.
No closer. Press on.
Look at all these nice cards we got here.
The chains, they never stop.
Is that a Betterman? Coming my way.
Yeah, I'm up.
Yeah, I'm up.
Time to get rowdy. Here we go. Burn away the shadows. I suppose.
Just leave me alone.
Do you have Rangers? You have Rangers as well. You have something like that. Ooh.
Coming in hot!
Change of plans.
No room for doubt. I failed.
Hope burns on.
We can do this.
We can do this.
You're covered. Show them what we're made of.
Get the fuck out of here.
For us.
Better, brighter than before.
And because he spent his single combat earlier, because he had to get that juicy single combat in, he's not able to counter this.
Death doesn't scare me.
He telegraphs his spells a lot.
Holding back.
Like I basically have a free ticket to this man's like hand. Like I know what he has because he just telegraphs the shit out of everything. All right, let's just attack with you.
Beacon in battle.
infantry.
Oh, Garen.
Lead our charge.
Demacia, now and forever. Nothing stands in our way. Don't hold back!
Never back down from what you believe.
A life well lived.
Stay resolute.
What does he want from me?
All right, let's mess some folks up.
There you are.
Press the advantage! Demacia will prevail.
The superior tactic is to never give up.